Hello there, ladies, gents, and all in between. My name is G.Frank, also known as the Canadian Boy. You don't know who I am yet. To you, I'm just some rando who is in a skeleton outfit for some reason. But this is my debut. Kinda like the title of the video, huh? It's thematically Yeah. Look. I figured what way to get myself more company and accustomed to this landscape than by talking about the debuts of other things. Debuts? Does anyone really know how to say that word? Let's start us off. The first thing we're going to be talking about today is the debut of my favorite band, System of a Down. That's right, we're going to be talking about System of a Down by System of a Down. System of a Down by System of a Down, or self-titled if you're a coward, was the first album released by, you guessed it, System of a Down. But here's the thing, it was not the first ever thing System of a Down released. System of a Down, notoriously, released multiple demo tapes and performed live multiple times before releasing self-titled, with some songs being written like 3 years before the actual album came out. You want to know who produced it? Of course it was Rick Rubin. It's always Rick Rubin. Why are you surprised that it was Rick Rubin? For one, let's talk about the cover. It's possibly the most notable thing about it, besides the actual music, the cover. Why? The cover is weird. The cover is just a red hand. Ooh, but wait, if you get the deluxe edition, the hand is jaundiced now. What? I don't get it. We have, like, new metal bands, or bands in general sometimes have some of the best, like, cover art, or if not the best, then at least good-looking cover art. Off the top of my head of good cover art, I can think of Get Some by Snot, with the iconic Pitbull and the tennis ball. I can think of, this looks really bad for me, doesn't it? This is proof I don't go off a script. I do this all live. This is all improv, which is why I can't remember anything. I like The Sickness by Disturbed. 12 Inches of Snow has a pretty good cover. Yes, I said 12 Inches of Snow. You can laugh now. But nonetheless, like, System of a Down couldn't even have put their, like, name, like, in the corner somewhere on the album cover, so you knew who the hell it was from. Yeah, they learned from this, and the rest of their album covers were all really good, except for Hypnotize. But I don't like talking about Hypnotize and Mesmerize anyways, unless we're talking about This Cocaine, or Avenger, or Radio Video. Jesus Christ. See? Those albums aren't as bad as everyone says they are. But enough about the front cover. Let's get inside of the album. Once you get inside of the box, or case, CD. I'm not very good at this, aren't I? Once you get inside, you can find the CD for the actual album you purchased. And also a little booklet, which has blurbs about certain songs. Not about Qbert, though, because fuck Qbert, I guess, even though it's one of my favorites. Anyways, now we're in the album. We start off with Sweet Pea, which is one hell of a way to start off an album, can I just say. And the moment you've been waiting for. Is the album good? Of course it is. There is no bad System of a Down album. All of them are good. Even Mesmerize and Hypnotize. Those are pretty good as well. Self-Titled is possibly, like, my second favorite of the albums, second only to Steal This album. Yes, I know I have bad opinions. No, you don't have to tell me. No, Peephole, Sweet Pea, Qbert, Sugar. I know it's, like, the single. It's still one of my favorites because it's genuinely good. Spiders. At this point, I'm just going to list the whole entire track list because you know what? All of the songs are good. Even DD Devil. It's very fun to say. We never run from the DD Devil. Overall, I would rate Self-Titled or System of a Down by System of a Down, a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. Depends on what I'm feeling that day. Now, it's time for the segue. What are we going to segue into? Why, we're going to segue into the debut of Mega Man Battle Network. I don't want to play Mega Man 1. Mega Man Battle Network 1. I know some often point their fingers at it and call it not very good. But as someone who's only played that game, it's pretty good. Like, I don't have any of the other games to compare it to. If I did, my opinion on it would probably change. But you know what? Mega Man Battle Network 1 is still a pretty damn good game. It can still be pretty funny, and it's pretty unique. I fucked all of that up. I'm gonna change it. It can be great. It can be legendary. What the fuck am I talking about? Mega Man Battle Network 1 is still a good game in my eyes. My eyes you can't see, but my eyes nonetheless. It's still a very unique, good-looking game that can be funny and challenging to its own detriment. More on that in a second. But I digress. Still, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, it's still a very good game. Now let's talk about the thing here. Let's talk about a few things. Mega Man Battle Network 1 is notorious for having certain levels that aren't very fun. What comes to mind is that goddamn ice level? And like, that electrical plant level. Those are not fun. I don't like ice in most games because of the gimmick of you can't control your movement. Like, come on. Come on, I'm a Canadian. Ice isn't that bad. Or, alternatively, I'm a Canadian. I got used to it. Ice is not fun. I've had enough of ice. Okay? My favorite part of ice in games is usually when you melt it and progress right through. Because that's usually a lot more fun. I'm bald! That's so dumb. I'm gonna cut that out. But even putting aside those not very good areas, the game is still pretty damn fun. And also, this is one of the first RPGs, or maybe not, I don't really know, but one of the games that does this better, of having a little help system. Because my god, GBA games needed that. Like every single Pokemon game before like Gen 6, all of those games needed like a little navigational thingy. And I know you're gonna think, oh well G.Frank, maybe you're just bad at Gideo games. Why the hell did you say Gideo games? But no, imagine you put down a game for a while, and eventually after a few months, you come back. You come back, you're smack dab in the middle of a house, and you don't know what to do. And you don't remember what you did because you didn't play for a few months. But still, I think RPGs need that. They don't need a massive, tracker. They just need a little thing to help you get you back on the right path. Which is exactly what Mega Man Battle Network 1 has. You press L on your GBA, and some Mega Man or LAN will tell you where you're supposed to be going right now. And movement and, exploring here aren't that bad. It could be a lot worse. In fact, it does get worse. This is something I've heard from reliable sources, aka my friends, but gets better in later games. But the Cybernet, it's all one solid color, and it has very little distinction of where you're going and what you're doing. Which is just amazing, great, and stupendous. I love that. Anyways, though, overall, Mega Man Battle Network, 7 out of 10. I love it. Ooh, I've got something good for you cooking up. Of course, you're going to have to look at that right after this intermission. If you're enjoying the video so far, consider giving me money on Kofi, and liking, subscribing, and whatever other buttons you should click that help me become more popular. Thank you. Hey, welcome back. I missed you. Fast and the Furious. Generations of movies, all of which star Vin Diesel. who I'm pretty sure is only cast because his last name is Fuel. I'm talking about the debut of this, 14, 13, 15 movie-long series? Whatever. I'm talking about the debut of the Fast and Furious. That's right. The Fast and the Furious, baby! Let's go! I didn't watch it. One of my favorite movies of all time has got to be Back to the Future. Which one? Ironically, the debut! Whoa, so thematically in sync or something. That's right. Get ready for Back to the Future 1! Back to the Future 1 stars Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Fox. And honestly, I love this movie. Even if there's some weird elements like Marty almost accidentally fucking his mom. He doesn't, though. I'm sick and tired of people acting like Marty went to the past just to, get it on with his mom. He didn't. He got there, his mom wanted to fuck him. And I feel like I'm explaining an anime. God, anime gets so much worse. Should I do a video on sick, horrible anime? If so, I'll leave some recommendations in the comments. Watching anime is easier than watching movies, only by a little. Now, where the hell was I? Marty McFly goes back to the past and tries to get his parents together so he doesn't fucking die, and erased his whole family from existence. Sounds pretty dramatic when I put it like that. And then we remember the scene where Marty McFly uses his epic skateboarding skills to make his bullies crash into a giant truck of manure. This movie, it captures everything I like about watching old movies. There are fun musical scores, almost the different form of acting, encapsulating what it was like to be in, the 80s. You know, I love that. Checked it into me like I was getting executed for a heinous crime. Back to the Future is really good. 10 out of 10, baby! And now we come to our final stop of the night. I'm sorry, Cat. Our final stop of the night. The final debut. My final talking point. What's it gonna be? That's right, the very thing you're watching right now is still technically a debut. So says me, and I'm always right. So what am I gonna talk about? Huh? Am I gonna talk about me? Am I gonna talk about all of this? Maybe. I just want to talk about this is the start of something great. Something special. From me to you. From G.Frank with love. From G.Frank and his cat with love. From G.Frank and his skeleton onesie and gloves with love. And I want you to know that just for you, I'm gonna keep on moving. I'm gonna keep on creating better and better content for the masses to enjoy. That's why you should elect me as the Prime Minister of Canada. Why did all of that sound like I was running for governor? What I'm trying to say is, I hope you continue watching, because I'm going to continue making good, top quality content just for you, okay? And on that note, I've been G.Frank. Join me next time as I find out how hard editing really is. Oh, God.